Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today with mixed modals exercise number 2. Rewrite the sentences using the appropriate modal verb. Number 1. They say John is playing with the new team. John. There is a possibility that they are becoming king and queen. They. It isn't necessary for you to revise late to succeed. You. Your gum is bleeding. I advise you to see a dentist immediately. You aren't allowed to use your phone during the exam. You. It's forbidden to talk loudly in hospitals. You. I advise you to read daily to enhance your English. You. Clark is obliged to update his personal information monthly. Clark. Omar is obliged to speak English at university. Omar. He had permission to go to the party. He. And now with the correction. Number 1. They say John is playing with the new team. They say, we are not sure, they just say. So John may or might or could be playing with the new team. 2. There is a possibility that they are becoming king and queen. So again, possibility, like here, possibility or probability. So they may or might or could be becoming king and queen. 3. It isn't necessary for you to revise late to succeed. You needn't revise late to succeed. This is one option. Another alternative is you don't have to revise late to succeed. Okay. Number 4. Your gum is bleeding. I advise you to see a dentist immediately. Number 4 أما نكتب should, you should see a dentist or you ought to see a dentist. بجوج صحاح. كاين واحد الاختلاف طافيه بهاد should and ought to. should مثلا نابع من داك الشخص as an advice. دابا بغيت ننصحك انا نقولك you should see a dentist. Okay? Why? Because your gum is bleeding. او لا قلت لك you ought to يعني يتوجب عليك تمشي تشوف dentist because this might present a danger or that this is risky فاش تكون لتا is bleeding يعني you have to see a dentist. Number 5. You aren't allowed to use your phone during the exam. You aren't allowed had aren't allowed can be expressed in can't. Sorry, not talk. You can't use your phone during the exam. You can't use your phone during the exam. Okay? Number 6. It's forbidden to talk loudly in hospitals. You mustn't, because we have forbidden. No. You mustn't talk loudly in hospitals. 7. I advise you to read daily to enhance your English. You should read أو لا you ought to read بحال الexample اللي بحرا شفنا يعني should or ought. Both are correct. 8. Clark is obliged to update his personal information monthly. Clark has to حتى عندي هنا present is Clark is obliged يعني نستعمل ليه have to. Clark has to update his personal information monthly. 9. Omar is obliged to speak English at university. The same thing. Omar has to speak English at university. He had permission to go to the party because we have verb have in the past, so we can say he could go to the party. Can in the past, could go to the party. Now with section B, rewrite the sentences using the appropriate modal verb. It isn't possible that this was you at 7 years old. You were so cute. That انتبهوا لي it isn't possible. 12. I wish I had paid for cake, but she said it wasn't necessary. I wished I had paid. It was wrong of Mary to tell Steve about us. Mary, perhaps Salma didn't get the letter you sent. Salma, وعندي perhaps. It's possible that they went to the cinema. They, وعندي it is possible, possibility. 16. It wasn't a good idea to ask the other couple to come with us. You. 17. I am certain you haven't seen Sarah because she is on an African trip. وعندي I am certain. You. It's possible that coronavirus will disappear by the next summer. Coronavirus, and you finish. 19. Perhaps we will not see them at the weekend. And we have perhaps. We. Okay? Now with the correction. 11. It isn't possible that this was you at 7 years old. You were so cute. It isn't possible بلي عندي it isn't possible وعندي في البريزنت يعني غنستعمل واحد modal verb that expresses possibility in the present form which is can. That can't be you at 7 years old. 12. I wish I had paid for the cake. But she said it wasn't necessary. يعني I wished I had paid. Okay? يعني past هادشي وقع. But she said it wasn't necessary. And the wasn't necessary. Absence of obligation or necessity. Okay? So I have said I should have paid for the cake. I wish becomes I should have paid for the cake. But she said I didn't have to. أما ندير didn't have to أو لا didn't need to. شي حاجة that expresses lack or absence of obligation. I wasn't obliged to pay. 13. It was wrong of Mary to tell Steve about us. Mary shouldn't have told Steve about us. يعني تقال ديجا قالت لي علينا. That's why I have used Mary shouldn't have told. Shouldn't have told Steve about us. 14. Perhaps Salma didn't get the letter you sent. عندي perhaps ربما ما حصلتش على ديك اللتر اللي صيفطتي. يعني درنا لها سلمى may or might or could have got. تقدر تكون حصلت على اللتر اللي صيفطتي. يعني تقدر تكون هي perhaps didn't get. ربما ما حصلتش عليها. 15. It's possible that they went to the cinema. يعني عندي again possibility. So they may or might or could have gone to the cinema. Could have gone to the cinema. We're not sure. 16. It wasn't a good idea to ask the other couple to come with us. You shouldn't have asked the other couple to come with us. بحال قال لي بطريقة أخرى في بلاصة ما يقول لي it wasn't ما كانش فكرة زينة قال لي ما كانش عليك. You shouldn't have asked the other couple to come with us. 17. I am certain you haven't seen Sarah because she is on an African trip. يعني عندي هنا I am certain يعني certainty. أنا استعملت هنايا can't. أنا أشرح لكم علاش. You can't have seen Sarah because she is on African trip. الإكزامبلز اللي كنا شفنا من قبل لا كانت هاد certain كنستعملو must أو لا mustn't. يعني نقدر ندير هنايا You mustn't have seen Sarah because she is on an African trip. ولكن استعملت فيها can't have seen Sarah. حيت can't also in some cases expresses complete certainty. حتى كان عقلوا على هذه also can تتعبر على possibility ولكن in certain cases وخا عندي certain يعني نقدر نستعمل mustn't أو لا can't حتى هي كتعبر لي على total certainty or complete certainty. 18. It's possible that coronavirus will disappear by the next summer. And the possibility it's possible coronavirus may or might or could disappear by the next summer. ثلاثة صحاح may, might, could. 19. Perhaps we will not see them at the weekend. Again we have probability or possibility. We may or might or could not see them at the weekend. هادول تيكون الاختلاف غير في الدرجات تاع possibility أو probability and the three of them are correct.